Welcome back. You're still watching This Morning Live on Metro TV. This morning we are looking at eye in women, and we all know that women are at a greater risk when it comes to eye diseases than men. And we have Dr. Ophelia Amachewa from Filter Eye joining us via Zoom to help with the conversation. Hello, Ophelia.
Hello, Nanaya. Good morning. Good morning,
Morning.
Desmond.
Good morning, Doc. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you too?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. As Nanaya mentioned, when it comes to women, eye health is a very, very important thing that we need to look at. Why is that so?
Okay, generally, women are on the average at a higher risk of developing eye conditions because women live longer than men.
Oh,
When we look at
Interesting.
the life expectancy, generally women live longer than men. So when it comes to most eye conditions are also age related. So we realize that a lot of the times women are mostly affected with most eye conditions. Then also women have hormonal changes. So that one too makes them prone to a lot of eye conditions that are related to change in hormones. Yes.
interesting.
Women live longer than men. That's quite good. I mean,
Oh,
anyways, what are some of
I'm
the
sure Nanaya
diseases?
is very happy about
she
that.
is.
Yeah.
She's been smiling all
Yeah.
through.
But what are some of the diseases that are associated with all these things?
Okay, so I think we can look at like four of them.
Okay.
The most common disease that women usually are affected with is dry eye syndrome.
Okay.
Because dry eyes are related to hormonal changes, and especially as women age, they tend to have dry eyes. The fact is actually as women age, all the openings that have fluid begin to dry up, and the eye is no exception. So when it comes to dry eyes, a lot of women are affected with dry eyes more than men, especially when they are aging. So that's one of the conditions. Then other eye conditions that are related to age, we could look at age-related macular degeneration. That is the degeneration of the macula. When we talk of the macula, we are referring to the part of the retina or the part of the eye that is used in seeing. So as people age, they begin to have degenerations at the back of their eye, and it's mostly affects women. So women are mostly affected with age-related macular degeneration. Then they are also affected with cataracts and glaucoma more than men are because women age longer than men. Cataracts and glaucoma are also age related, so it's not surprising that men tend to be affected more with that than men.
Okay. So,
Interesting. So, Doc, you've been mentioning the hormonal changes.
yeah.
How would a woman know that this is attributed to hormonal changes, or they are not supposed to know about it? It will just happen.
Okay, so hormonal changes don't only happen when women age. Sometimes even when women are pregnant, they may also have hormonal changes. So usually they will not know that the dry eyes is being affected. They are getting dry eyes because of hormonal changes. They
Okay.
usually would have to come to the clinic before they get to know. Mostly when people have issues with the eye, they will not generally relate it to the systemic, like issues with their system, like hormonal changes and all those things. So they've come to the eye clinic. People don't even know that the effects or the symptoms they are having may be dry eyes unless they are diagnosed at the clinic. So usually what I say is that it's always good to have annual eye screenings, especially for us women. It's good to have annual eye screenings so that if anything is happening, be able to advise accordingly. And early detection has always been the key when it comes to management of eye conditions.
Okay,
Okay.
you mentioned regular eye checkups. That is very good. But then at every stage, what are some of the treatments women can use, the best treatments that can help women to keep their eyes healthy with regards to age?
Okay, so with regards to age or for most of these conditions, it's always important that we keep very good hygiene, just as with all other conditions. Like if you want to touch your eye, you must make sure that you wash your hands clean before you touch your eye. If you use makeups, you must also make sure that you clean every residue, like at the end of the day. You also have to be careful about the kind of products you use in terms of makeups, like the creams, the other facial powders that we use. You have to get one that you do not react to. Also, when it comes to eye health and general well-being, it starts from your table. As women, we have to eat well. I always advise women to take in a lot of green leafy vegetables. It's also important to take in a lot of foods which are rich in omega-3. When we talk of omega-3, then we are looking at foods like oily fish, like the salmons, the sardines, the tilapias, and all that. They are very good for the health of women. It contains a lot of omega-3, which helps with the eye and is also good for the heart. It's also important to eat foods which are rich in vitamin A, E. Then we have this compound called lutein. So usually, I advise women to eat a lot of fruits, especially watermelons, which are very rich in these nutrients.
Okay.
I'm so happy you
Then
touched.
also, yes, I think women should also be concerned about exercising. It's
Okay.
good to keep healthy. You have to exercise because most of these conditions, the age-related ones, are associated with conditions like diabetes and hypertension. So good exercise will help people generally, like to take care of conditions like diabetes and hypertension, which will also go a long way to help with the eye health of women in general.
Okay, so you touched on makeup. That's like the everyday thing women apply
Nanaya in
24/7.
makeups, yeah.
So you see, when a child is growing up, when he or she takes in too much sugar, it gets to have a tone on him or her when he grows up. Let's say there's diabetes and other related diseases. So you see, when we
Sure.
use bad makeup products, it tends to have a serious infection on our eye. When you use makeup for a long time as a woman, at what age do you start experiencing severe eye problems?
Okay, so let me go about it this way. I will not, there's no fixed age for that. We have individual differences.
Okay.
And we also have to look at how the person uses the makeup and which products. So there are a lot of factors that come in when we are considering such things.
Okay.
How
Okay.
does the person use the makeup? Does the person get close, like put makeup close to their
The
eyes?
eye.
So usually when you use, let's say, creams which has a lot of steroids and it goes very close to the eye, it's possible that you may have deposits like residues in the eye with time. But
Okay.
it's also difficult to determine the age. I cannot really put an age to it. Like maybe if you use makeups for 10 years, then you start having effects. It has individual differences. It depends on the person and how the person actually manages herself. So if you have someone that uses makeup, but the person is able to clean everything like after at the end of the day, then the person will not be prone to a lot of eye infections
Okay.
than someone who sleeps with the makeup or someone who uses the makeup very close to the eye.
Okay.
Okay.
I know that a lot of conversations have gone on with respect to makeup and the effects of women and all of that. But thank
Yes.
you so much, Doc, this morning. I mean, finally, any advice you want to give to young ladies, our mothers, our aunties, even those at that particular age right now who are having eye problems, what would you say to them?
Yes, maybe we will look at the other conditions later on, but this morning I want to touch on dry eye syndrome because it's the commonest.
Okay.
Most people may experience mild itching, foreign body sensation as if there's something in their eye. Some people may have burning sensation. A lot of the time they will go like menishishime, that kind of thing. Others may also have teary eyes. Anytime you're experiencing such things, I think it's important. If you are in the house, you can just make sure you do cold compress. Just get cold water, not ice anyway, just water that has been put in the fridge, cold one. You get a clean face towel, you dip it in the cold water, just make it wet. You close your eyelids, then you place it over your closed lids. It helps soothe the symptoms associated with dry eyes.
Okay.
And also, it's also important if it keeps happening over and over again, it's important to see your eye doctor so that if there are other assessments to be done, your eye doctor can help with. And if there are supplements or eye drops that you are supposed to use, you'll be helped accordingly. But as I said, as women, we must be interested in keeping healthy. We must exercise very often. Then we must eat well. We must drink a lot of water. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Ophelia Chewa, for speaking to us this morning on eye health in women. Very, very important there. And well, we got some interesting thoughts from that, the makeup bit. But anyways, this is where we wrap up the show. But before we go, I want to say happy birthday to twins Alexa and Alexis. Grow in grace and the favor of God. And also this from your mother, DCOP Lydia Donko, Director General of the Police Professional Standards Bureau, and she is also the chair of the Police Women's Football Team and a member of the FA Women's Premier League Committee. Happy birthday to you, Alexa and Alexis. Really beautiful names. And yeah, some names I'll consider for the future.
Wow. Wow. Nice. Okay.
So happy birthday, Alexa, Alexis. So that's it for the morning. My name is Desmond Okrekudan, so you can call me Desifade, the Star Boy. And of course,
Nanaya Tana watch it.
Big shout out to the production team led by Josiah Tope. Up next is Good Morning Ghana with Dr. Randy Abbey. I'll be on with GMG Trends at 9:45. Stay tuned.